It's been some time since I recorded audio, but I just haven't felt the need to do it. I mean, just show my figures as is. I don't really have much that to talk about when I actually showcase them, because what is it to talk about? How I made them? I suck at doing that anyway, and it's like the same thing over and over and over again. But recently, some customs have been, yeah, pissing me off somewhat, and some new challenges here and there. Jojo, I got Polnareff, Kakyoin, Dio from part 1. I'm gonna start on Avdol very soon. My main focus has been on Baiken from Guilty Gear. Yeah, that's been quite annoying. Sculpting her hair, a lot of work, a lot of gray stuff, and lots of sessions, I guess. And then I had to remove her goggle piece because I wasn't happy with it. It was positioned too high up, so you had to move that down a little bit. I really hate reworking stuff, but that's what you gotta do if you want it just right. And this is a figure that I want to be just right. In the end, I think it's gonna turn out fine. I recently tried to put on her pieces together just to see how it's gonna look. And then the right arm, the gray stuff on it, kind of chipped off because it was too close to the joint. So you have to sand that down, paint it all over again, revarnish it. So that's gonna take some extra days, but other than that, I mean, it's been fun, I guess. Trying to piece together what I'm gonna do with her, you know, all the pieces, all the paint job, all that stuff. Pretty fun, but yeah, it's annoying when you are so close to finishing it up and then you gotta redo some things. But yeah, that's just the way it is. Also recently got motivated to make my Nezuko, and that has been fun, I guess. Some new challenges there as well. Mostly just the planning phases, what you're gonna do, as I said, how much you're gonna sculpt, how much fabric are you gonna use, how much of it's just gonna be painted. And I think I got a nice balance of that, you know, sculpted arms, hair piece, and then just make a fabric skirt for the bottom half. And the rest just painted. I can say I'm pretty happy with it so far. I only have her legs left to do, and then, you know, she'll be done. I'm also really happy with how the face turned out. I can't say I'm 100% satisfied with it, but I just hated painting that so much. So I just said, fuck it. I'm just gonna let it be. It's pretty centered. It looks decent enough. Decent enough. But everything else I think is gonna lift it up. So I don't care about that. The eyes are perfect. And another figure I've been giving it my all is Nier. Nier from Gestalt. Big Papa Nier. And yeah, it's not 100% accurate, but it's really hard finding pictures, and yeah, I just decided to just do whatever basically. I don't really care that much because it's just so vague, all the images you got, all the 3D images, and then there's one 2D image of him. And even then, it's pretty vague. You don't see everything on him, you know, all the details, the back, sides, whatever. So I just did whatever I could see and just kind of used my imagination. Simplified a couple of things because why the hell not? Piecing everything together, it started to look really good. I'm just waiting for the face to dry up and mat that down, and then, you know, Nier's done. And about 2 months back, or 1 month back, I started watching, well, I finished watching, started and finished watching Sam and Max, Freelance Police, and yeah, I decided I'm gonna make Sam and Max, and first out is Max because it's just a sculpted head. That's it. Other figures, I haven't shown this before. This is Yudina from Dropkick on My Devil. Really like the show, so we'll see if I'm gonna make every single character from it. I'm not too sure. At least Yudina and Yashin, that's the two I'm gonna make. And so far, so good. Haven't started working on anything else, just that sculpt. And that sculpt was pretty complicated to figure out how I was gonna get that ribbon tie in there, because it holds the hat in place, so she has to tie it around there. And I figured I'd sculpt that instead of just painting on the torso, which I probably would have done, but I decided to just sculpt that on, and I think it turned out good. Really good. So we'll see once I start working on the figure if it's gonna work out. That's the big question here. If it's actually gonna look good enough when everything's put together. And it's probably gonna break off. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. There's a whole lot of other figures coming up, obviously. I got Asura, I haven't started on him, but Asura is coming. Guilty Gear characters, Kai, Mei, Baiken. Still haven't shot the video of Soul yet, but yeah. And the JoJo figures are coming along pretty nicely, so that's good. Final Fantasy, I recently did Cloud's left arm, which is sculpted, by the way. He's got a sculpted left arm right there for his gauntlet. Bunch of other shit I haven't really gotten started on. Kill la Kill, we got Ryoko again, so there's that. I'm gonna be making 2 Ryokos, one where she's transformed and one where she's not, so that's something I decided to do. Gotta get started on the stands from JoJo, finish up my Final Fantasy. As I said, I haven't really done anything at Tifa. Currently working on her arms. Gotta get started on Cloud's torso. I wanted to get Tifa out of the way first because she's more annoying to paint. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm currently giving my all to Baiken. Try to get that figure as good as I possibly can because I really like that design. And she's my main in Guilty Gear. So I try to juggle as much stuff as I can at the same time, you know. You paint this and then you move on to the next piece, paint on that, move on this figure, do this figure, sculpt this, sculpt that, paint that, varnish this, jumping back and forth to not get bored or get stuck somewhere. You know, you paint something and it's like, oh, I gotta wait for it to dry. I want to make sure it's dried up so I don't make any mistakes when I'm painting the next thing. Always jump between projects. I always try to do that. But sometimes I rush things and then it just gets messed up and you gotta redo it. You gotta redo it because you fucked up. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I finish up more figures now at least than I did before, so that's kind of good, I guess. See you next time.